Yes, there are some food items that kill your gut. They are all around us in our beverages, in our fast foods, and even in our daily meals. We are continually exposed to food items that kill our gut every day. Today, we've come to reveal these food items and help you steer clear of them. Friends, thank you for supporting me and watching this video. I'm curious, where are you watching our videos from? Let's get back to our gut health in simple terms. It is the functionality of your gastrointestinal tract. In other words, the overall health of your mouth, esophagus, stomach, intestines, rectum, and anus. That's literally everywhere food passes in your body. Our body has been set up in an amazing way whereby we have unique living microbiota in our gut. Yep, there are microbes in our gut. These microbes consist of bacteria, viruses, fungi, and archaea. These microbes work simultaneously to keep our gut tract working flawlessly. They also help us to prevent certain illnesses. When your gut health is intact, you are sure to have a positive change in your skin, immune system, and your mind. Almost every system in your body benefits from your amazing gut health. However, the reverse is the case when you have bad gut health. Bad gut health will pull down and destroy your entire body's metabolism. Its effect will also span across your mood. Bad gut health can also lead to many health complications such as Crohn's disease, stomach bloating, SIBO, irritable bowel syndrome, and much more. For this reason, you must take care of your gut health, especially what you eat. If necessary, you have to support the microbes in your gut with the right food and probiotic supplements. Now that you know that what you eat is important to your gut health, you need to make sure you steer clear of food items that are detrimental to your gut health. Here are food items that kill your gut. 5. Processed food. This is one of the biggest enemies of your gut health. Here's why. A reputable research institute explored the link between gut microbes, metabolic health, heart markers, and diet. In their study, they identified 15 gut microbes that helped the individual have better health, and their growth was linked to a healthy diet. Conversely, they also identified 15 microbes that wreaked havoc on the individual's gut health. Their growth was linked to poor diet. They also discovered a strong link between eating a rich diet devoid of processed foods and the massive growth of good gut microbes. This highlighted the importance of diet quality and its impact on gut health. It showed the gross effect of eating a lot of processed food. Processed foods, especially animal-based foods, are villains to your gut health. This is because when you consume them continuously, you expose your gut to increased growth of bad gut microbes. If you care about your gut health, you should stay away from the consumption of processed food. They are considered one of the worst dietary plans ever. They don't feed your body cells with the necessary fuel to thrive. Instead, they are filled with substances such as flavorings, sugars, preservatives, and binders. When these substances are compounded in high amounts in your body, they end up creating more problems for your gut health. 4. Alcohol. The first part of your body to be exposed to alcohol is the gastrointestinal tract. The alcohol first passes through your mouth, then it goes to your stomach via the pyloric sphincter. Finally, after many breakdowns in the stomach, it goes to the intestine. With this much exposure to the gastrointestinal tract, it shouldn't surprise us that excessive alcohol consumption can negatively impact this area. We're not speaking about a nice glass of wine with your family. One glass of wine 2 to 3 times a week is totally fine and even proven to help the gut. A healthy gastrointestinal tract can act as a barrier to toxins by assisting in their removal from your system. Sadly, when you're continuously taking alcohol, you weaken this barrier and in turn damage the cells of your intestinal walls. If a condition like this happens, the individual begins to experience leaky gut syndrome. As a result, the GI tract becomes exposed to toxins, bacteria, and food particles. These toxins will then flow into the bloodstream. That's a domino effect of just continuous, excessive alcohol. 3. Red meat. Our gut contains several trillions of microflora. These microbes play a pivotal role in our gut and overall health. One of the ways by which they work is to act on food items in the gut and facilitate their digestion. However, when you eat red meat continuously, you begin to encourage the growth of a certain bacterial strain that can negatively affect your gut health, immune system, and emotions. Also, red meat contains L-carnitine, an amino acid derivative that affects the microbiome in the gut. There is evidence that increased consumption of L-carnitine can increase the production of trimethylamine N-oxide, TMAO, which has been linked to cardiovascular disease. Researchers at the Cleveland Clinic corroborated this claim. The researchers discovered that high levels of circulating TMAO can signal an increased risk of heart attacks, strokes, and even death. They stress that people who have a high amount of TMAO are at risk of these diseases. Additionally, participants whose main source of protein was red meat were found to have 2- or 3-fold higher levels of TMAO than those whose main source was white meat or plant-based foods. However, there is good news for those at risk of these diseases due to the large consumption of red meat. According to the researchers, some of the effects of red meat on the gut can be relatively reversed. For example, they found out that when people who are at risk of high TMAO cut down their consumption of red meat for 3 to 4 weeks, they experienced a massive drop in their TMAO levels. So why not try it out? You do not have much to lose. 2. Fried foods. Fried foods are another gross type of food that kill your gut. Eating fried foods continuously puts a lot of pressure on your body to process the fat that comes with it. To put things in perspective, fats are the slowest food items to digest. They require a lot of digestive juices and enzymes for proper breakdown. A liver secretion, bile, will also act on it to ensure it is properly broken down. Now, most people don't have the sufficient requirement to break down fat when it's enormous. Things like stress and medication lower the level of digestive juices in the body, hence, there's a major deficiency in digestion. Compounding that deficiency with the enormous fat consumption from fried foods makes your digestive system work overtime. In cases like this, you may experience nausea, bloating, and discomfort. Also, continuously consuming fried food has adverse effects on the microbes in your gut. By eating more of these fried foods instead of foods with more nourishment, you are tilting the equilibrium scale of your gut in favor of the harmful microbes. 1. Sugar. There is no doubt that sugar in whatever form can negatively impact the health of your gut. According to a study funded by Yale and the National Institutes of Health, excess sugar hinders the body's production of a protein that enhances good bacteria's growth. This good bacteria aids in the digestion of healthier foods like vegetables. However, when you take in excess sugar, you begin to decrease the number of healthy bacteria in the body. As a result, healthy foods are less easily processed by the body. It's okay to consume sugar in small doses, especially when you make healthy meal choices. Your digestive system will function more efficiently if you consume nutrient-rich foods and vegetables. You should consume a healthy diet from healthy sources and keep an eye on the amount of sugar and carbs in your food. For instance, when you drink lots of beverages, especially sugar-sweetened beverages, your gut begins to experience changes in its microbiome system. When this happens, digestion processes are grossly affected. A recent study on Science Translational Medicine gives further insight into this. According to the study, sugar consumption adversely affects gut microbiomes, thus exposing the gut to colon inflammation and several other inflammatory bowel diseases. The science involved in this is really straightforward. If you have a high sugar intake once, it's not enough to cause an adverse effect on your health. However, a continuous intake of high sugar food items will cause drastic adverse effects. Continual high sugar food consumption alters the equilibrium in the gut. It throws the balance in the gut in favor of the bad bacterial microbes. When the consumption of these food items continues, the bad bacterial microbes, pathogenic bacteria, begin to grow. In contrast, the number of good microbes begins to recede. An even worse effect of this is the increase in sugar cravings. As you continue consuming high sugar food items, your body begins to adjust and come to terms with that level of sugar. It'll grow to a point where if you skip high sugar food items for a day, you'll begin to crave them immensely. With more cravings come more adverse effects on your gut. If you are watching this now, you can begin to cut down on your level of high sugar intake. It will immediately help. Now, We have a small last tip for you. Try to be more intentional about eating fresh food items, especially high fiber foods. When you consume high fiber foods, especially soluble fiber foods, the food items absorb well in your gut and form a gel that your gut microbes can consume. This way, you don't stand a risk of adverse gut health. Examples of high fiber foods include beans, lentils, dry fruits like raisins, fresh fruits, seeds, and vegetables. Thank you so much for watching. Until now, it's highly appreciated. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see more videos of what you post about and much more. Check out these videos to keep caring for your body, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.